Welcome back, Storm Center. We do have lots of snow flying around the state. A lot of it is very dry, it's very fluffy. The flakes, though, are not overly ginormous. They're not huge the way we saw last weekend. If you were out and about, they were big. This time around, they're very icy, they're very dry, and that has to do with what's happening in the atmosphere, not only at the surface, which is very cold, but what's going on up above us. This is an observed sounding from Gray out the National Weather Service office there. They launched a balloon at 7 o'clock. It went up into the atmosphere. It measured all kinds of things. Air temperature dew point specifically is what I'm going to be referencing here in this chart. It's a skew T diagram. And I've got here labeled on these blue lines, I just drew these on. Those represent -18°C and -12 Celsius. And that range is where snow develops in the atmosphere. So that is starting to happen at about 16,000 feet up and then all the way down to the surface. We're in this snow growth region of the atmosphere. So there's a lot of snow production out there. But if you look closely with me at the bottom section of this temperature profile, you'll see how the red line gets very close to that -18°C line. And when it starts getting into that colder range, you transition from the typical dendrite that you would get, the nice big flake, and you don't completely develop it. So what we're seeing, I think, out there is something called stellar plates, and they're smaller, they're not fully developed, so they're not going to be quite as big, and these tend to happen at temperatures -8 to 3 Fahrenheit. So that's about where we're at right now on the temperatures. We are seeing things accumulate significantly. The totals are up nearly a foot in parts of southern Maine. And again, we've got snow coming for the rest of the night. We're going to send it back over to Drew. Drew is out on the roads. I think he's been having some cell phone coverage. So he just said, let's just get out of the car. We're gonna do it live on the streets. Drew, how is it?
Yeah, Alan, we decided to pull off a little bit. We're right here on Congress Street. Definitely pretty crazy to see the amount of snow that's actually accumulated on the ground since we've just been kind of in the car all day. It's definitely really kind of fine and powdery for sure. There's not a lot of cars out on the road. This is probably one of the first ones that we've seen in a while. I think that a lot of folks are still just kind of trying to avoid getting out if they can. Definitely feeling a lot colder than it was in the car. Kind of one of the things that really stands out to me as we were kind of driving around is also just the wind, kind of how that's playing a factor. Definitely a little bit of a calm lull right now, but we've been seeing the wind just kind of right now pick up here and there. We've been seeing a lot of snow drifts on the ground and such. Definitely a lot less cars parked along the streets now, just with the parking ban kind of coming here into effect here really shortly. And then that's going to be going into Tuesday. I know that a lot of other towns around here will also be having that parking ban going into effect. Towns like Windham, South Portland, stuff like that. And then also town offices closed going into tomorrow as well, specifically here in Portland as well. So we're going to take it back to you guys at the desk, though. Probably going to get back into the car and get out and take you guys to see a little bit other road conditions out here in the Portland area.
All right. Thank you, Drew.